Morning. It's Sunday. I've had a bit of a lazy morning. It is now nearly 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten anything yet. I ran out of milk yesterday morning. So I wasn't able to have cereal. And I think I'm going to make myself some lunch, breakfast, whatever. It's gonna be Brussels sprouts because that's everything I have. I'll just rinse these first. Look at how huge these are. Crazy. I've just set the oven on 400 degrees and I drizzled some olive oil on these guys and sprinkled on some garlic salt to give them a little bit more of a flavor. And I'm just gonna put them in. So my fire alarm is very temperamental. And every single time I try and cook something, it tells me that there's a fire. Every single time. Shut up. My lunch is cooked. And I'm editing my video. Now that I've had lunch and uploaded my video and sent videos to people, I'm gonna get ready to go to church. First, I just went over my face with this simple micellar water because my face just kind of feels dirty sometimes. I'm using as my moisturizer the Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich, which I bought the other day at their showroom. I really like it. During the winter, my skin gets really, really dry, so I need a thicker moisturizer, and what I had wasn't cutting it. And then I had another thing that was just too heavy and it just left like a residue on my skin. And then now I'm using the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in Light because I am pale AF. I usually start with 6 drops. I usually have it on my chin and my cheeks and on my nose. I barely ever touch my forehead because I like my forehead. That's fine-ish. I'm also gonna throw on some rosebud salve because my lips are forever chapped. Now I'm going to use the Benefit Lemonade and the Benefit Boing concealer in one because I'm pale. But I'm gonna put the lemonade underneath my eyes and then on my eyelids as a primer. I have quite veiny eyelids actually, so it's nice to cover that. And then the concealer under my eyes again. I don't really like to use a brush or anything when I'm putting stuff on my skin. I like to just use my fingers. I'm now using the Glossier Stretch Concealer in Light just under, like on my chin and my nose because that's where it tends to get drier. And I like this stuff because it's moisturizing. So any other little spots that I need to cover, I use this. Next, I am going to basically set my under eye concealer with this highlighter from Kevin Aqua, or whatever it is. I'm very pale and I like a lot of shimmer, so I feel like a highlighter is fine for me. And then next, I am going to put on the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Shadow in Norma Jean, which is now called just Jean, I think. Just putting that all over my lids with my finger. Usually I just use this as kind of an eyeshadow primer in a sense to give everything a little bit of shimmer, but I think today I'm just using this, so I want more of this color. This is a CoverGirl Smoky Shadow Blast. I'm just gonna use the brown side as more of like a shadow liner that I'm gonna smudge, so I'm gonna use this brush that I like to kind of smudge it. So I've been liking quite a dark eye lately, so I think I'm gonna go in with another layer. Then I'm using the Topshop kohl liner that I've had an embarrassingly long time. But I really like it, and they don't sell this shimmery kind anymore. It's like the tiniest bit shimmery, which I like. So I'm gonna use that on my waterline like halfway. I don't like to completely line my waterline. And then on to tight line the top. I also bring it out a tiny bit in the corners. Not like a full cat eye, but like just a tiny little flick. Next thing I'm gonna do is curl my lashes, but I have pin straight lashes and I like to heat up my lash curler. So I'm gonna turn my curling iron on and clamp it on here, and then it'll be fine. So my eyelashes had been curled. I'm putting on mascara that I've had for an embarrassingly long time as well. This is like the Bare Minerals mascara. Everything else is rubbed off on the bottle. I really hate clumps, so I put on just a tiny bit. This eyeliner pencil has a comb on it, and I will comb my eyelashes so that there aren't any clumps on it. So now for my eyebrows. Lately what I've been doing is using 3 different products. Seems so high maintenance. I use the Stila Stay All Day pencil in blonde, and I tend to use that towards the bigger part of my brow. And then I use this darker Maybelline New York Define-A-Brow pencil on like the tail. So I like to make things complicated. Yeah, this darker one I'll use on the little tail to kind of extend my brow as well. That's fine. I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel just to set them in place so that they don't move. And I like to brush my brows up to make them like slightly messy. Now I'm gonna do some bronzer, which is the Too Faced chocolate whatever bronzer. I feel like it's kind of a nice light shade for my pale skin. Yeah, I have a sample one from Sephora that I've been using for over a year. I try and attempt at contouring, but I'm bad at it, so. Don't I look like a Brazilian supermodel with my tiny bit of bronzer on? I know. I think so too. Now I'm gonna use some blush that's a Topshop blush and do it again. This one is slightly shimmery and it's very peach. Then lastly for my skin, I'm gonna use this L'Oreal True Match Lumi highlighter. Squeeze a little bit on my hand or a lot of it. I like highlighter a lot. So I tend to just look like I drown myself in it, but that's kind of what I want out of life. I put a lot on here and kind of blend it up towards my brow. Put it down my nose because my nose has been broken before and it's slightly crooked. So sometimes I try and contour it. Look at how shiny I am. I like looking like a fairy. And then now lastly, I think I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals lipstick in, I don't know. It's this light pink. I got it for free at Sephora. So this is what my face looks like. I know, it's so exciting. So I think I'm gonna show you what I've decided to wear. These light wash jeans that I've worn so many times. This J. Crew pineapple button-up shirt. These Christmas socks with snowmen on it. I feel like snowman is still January. Then this wool and cashmere sweater that my mom bought for me this summer in Ireland. Supergas. That have this little American flag guy. On top, I'm gonna throw on my old high school leather jacket because it's so warm and I haven't worn it yet this winter. now I'm late. So I need to go.